You get a ticket, the user is frustrated. The problem seems impossible. You're bracing yourself to spend the next hour on it. But what if you could solve it in 5 minutes instead? That's not just a fantasy, it's a skill. And after more than a decade in IT, I can tell you that that ability to handle tickets efficiently, and I mean really solving them, not just closing them, is what separates the pros from the people that are just treading water. Hey, my name is John, and welcome to the Admin's Mind. Today, I'm going to share my 5 go-to tips that will help you do exactly that. Let's get into it. All right, tip number 1, master the art of the question. A classic mistake we all make, especially early on, is jumping straight into troubleshooting. Resist that urge. Your first job is to be a detective, not a technician. Instead of asking, what's broken, try asking, what changed since it last worked? Or, can you walk me through the exact steps you took? Think about it. What's broken gives you just a one-word answer, the printer. But asking, can you walk me through the steps you took, gives you a story. You might hear them say, well, I tried to print, but first I had to install that new font Bob sent me. And boom, that's your lead. The user almost always has the answer. You just need to ask the right questions to unlock it. All right, and tip number 2 is build a personal knowledge base. This one's pretty important. You're going to see the same problem over and over and over again. So why would you solve them from scratch every single time? Get yourself a simple document, like a OneNote page, anything. When you fix a tricky issue, take 2 minutes to write down the solution with a couple of screenshots. And a good entry has 3 parts. The problem, written just like a user would say it so you can search for it later. The solution, in simple numbered steps. And most importantly, a screenshot or a few screenshots really. Visuals are key. Your goal is to create a guide so clear you could follow it 6 months from now with zero memory of the original issue. My personal favorites for this are OneNote, Notion, Obsidian, a well-organized folder of Word docs or a Google Drive, something like that. It feels like a chore in the moment, but trust me, your future self will thank you. Over time, this becomes your single most powerful tool. Okay, tip 3 is a mental framework I call the Rule of 3. Here's how it works. Try 3 quick fixes based on your experience or your knowledge base. If none of them hit, just stop, take a step back. You're probably barking up the wrong tree here. This is the point where you need to stop guessing and start looking for evidence. Go straight to the event logs, the application logs, whatever you have. The logs don't lie. 90% of the time, the answer you're looking for is right there in black and white. The magic of this rule is that it stops you from just going down a rabbit hole based on your gut feeling. It forces a mental reset. For example, if a user can't get online, your 3 quick fixes might be check their physical cable, do an ipconfig /release and renew, or reboot their machine. If none of these work, stop guessing. It's probably not their computer. Now it's time to go check the switch logs or the firewall logs. You've just gone from guessing to investigating. Tip number 4 is a game changer here. Automate the repetitive stuff. If you find yourself doing the exact same manual task more than twice a week, it's a prime candidate for automation. I'm not saying you need to be a coding genius, but learning just a little bit of PowerShell or Python to reset a password or check server status can literally save you dozens of hours a year. The return on that time investment is massive. And look, this doesn't mean you have to become a developer overnight. Start incredibly small. Is there a service or server you have to restart every morning? Find the one-line PowerShell command to do it. It's restart service -name, service name, something like that. Paste that into a text file. That's it. That's your script. Automation is a ladder, and you need to start building on the very first rung. And finally, tip number 5, and this one is huge. Don't be afraid to escalate. Seriously, your job is not to know everything. If you've tried your 3 quick fixes and you check the logs and you're still hitting a wall, it is time to escalate. A good senior tech isn't there to judge you, they're a resource. Escalating shows that you're mature enough to know your limits and, more importantly, that you respect the user's time. It is a sign of a professional, not a failure. And here's how you do it like a pro. When you escalate, you don't just throw it over the wall. You say, "Hey Sarah, I've got ticket 123. I've already tried A, B, and C. I've checked the logs which show X. I suspect it might be the firewall, but that's beyond my access. Can you take a look?" That shows you did your due diligence, you respected their time, and you're learning. This is how you build trust with the senior team. This is so important. So there you have it. 5 tips to help you move from being a ticket firefighter to a genuine problem solver. Mastering this isn't just about saving time. It's about reducing your own stress and building a reputation as the person who gets things done right. So, my question for you is, what's your best ticket closing tip? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to learn from the community too. If these tips were helpful, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.